everybody, my name's Kelly. I'm here for A Thrifty Notion to share a very exciting product release with you, and that is our Thrifty Challenge Boxes. Before I jump into the challenge boxes, I just want to say if you're new to who we are at A Thrifty Notion, we are a secondhand and dead stock fabric store primarily, but we also carry some new items that are from brands we believe in, that are organic and sustainable, or that are just high quality items that we want to stock for our local customers. We are the only locally owned quilt shop left in our area, and we did just recently merge with our sister store, Fenceline Fabrics. So we do carry some new items now, but we are very conscious about what we source, and we try to give you guys all the information possible on the listings so that you know where it comes from and you can decide for yourself if you would like to purchase it. So that's enough about us, but jumping into what the challenge boxes are, this is something that really takes it back to our roots. If you've been here from the beginning, you'll know that we used to do thrifty challenges over on Instagram where we would post an item and ask who wanted to take on the challenge. We would send the item to the person and then see what they made. And we're really trying to do a similar concept, but a little more streamlined and structured version of that. So we frequently get donated things like garments that were taken apart a little bit to be refashioned and not finished, garments that are vintage and partially damaged, or things like partially cut up curtains, sheets that are nice for fabric but they are sheets, and things like that. So we wanted to find a way to encourage the use of these items consciously and to make it fun. And we also want to build community. Each challenge box will have some kind of fabric item in it, whether it be a garment, a sheet, a curtain, a piece of fabric that it maybe is slightly damaged, or not. They're not always damaged. Sometimes they're just fun bundles that we put together. And they'll also come with things like trims or beads or the most matching thread we can give you, because we do have a limited stock of new threads and we don't always have a matching color, but we do try to give the closest match that we have. They'll also may come with extra freebies like a book of hand sewing needles and things like that. So the goal of the boxes is that you get a fun challenge that you can do. You don't have to include all the items if you don't want to, but if you do choose to, that's awesome. So each box will be around $25. They may vary a little bit in price just based on the value of the items in the box and how much is in the box, but we're keeping them around that $25 price point. So if you choose to buy one of the boxes and take on the challenge and you post about it over on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, we will send you a gift card for $25. So you're essentially getting the box for free. You can use that gift card to start a new project, and we're just so excited about this and excited to see what you guys make. So by now you guys have seen a few clips of some of the boxes. In a second, I will talk through some of them with you right now and show you all the items in them just to give a little bit more clarity and examples. But before I do that, I just want to talk through a few of the rules for if you do choose to buy a challenge box and post about it. I said that you would have to post about them after you've made your items, so we would love for you to post if you buy a challenge box, be like, hey, I got my challenge box, I'm so excited. We would love that. That's not required, but it is encouraged. The gift card won't come until you make the final item and post about the final item. We also would ask that your account is public, because otherwise we can't see your posts and other people can't see them. We ask that you use the hashtag #AThriftyChallenge and that you tag us in your posts. Alright, you guys, so once you've made your final post, we also ask that you send us an email. We definitely don't want to overcomplicate this, but this is the best way for us to make sure that we're getting everyone their gift cards and that we're not missing anyone. We definitely don't want to miss a post. We want to see everybody's makes. And because we're using multiple platforms, and I'll be honest, we're a little less active over on TikTok and things like that, so we definitely want to make sure we don't miss anybody. Please just send us an email at marketing@athriftynotion.com. Put something in the subject line about the challenge box and just let us know, like, hey, I made my post, here's the link, and we will get that gift card sent to you. So please use an email that you check often so that you get that gift card. And I just want to clarify that the only communication that you'll have from that exchange will just be regarding that challenge box. So I think that's all, but if you have any questions, please comment down below. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. We will update all of our challenge box listings with all of the relevant information as well. We will make sure that our description box gives all of the information you need too, so hopefully we cover all of our bases. Jumping into some examples. So this box is really special to me because it's actually fabrics that I had curated for a project that I was gonna do, and it just ended up not happening, and over time my style changed a little bit. I also realized I still love this idea, but it's not something I'd probably wear very much, and so I'm just gonna live vicariously through whoever purchases this. So my vision for these fabrics was a cute little mini dress in like a 60s kind of A-line style with sheer sleeves, and I'm gonna show you the fabrics. Obviously you can make whatever you want out of this, but that's just what I had in mind. So I had this very cute vintage, I believe it's a poly cotton, but that will be in the listing, and it's just this gorgeous floral paisley print, and I love the contrast between the yellow and the blue. And then I also had this sheer chiffon to go with it as the sleeves, and this cute little matching yellow velvet trim. I wasn't sure what the bodice was going to look like in my vision, but I just thought having the trim as a detail would be really cool. And you could totally like fold this in half and use it as kind of like a piping, like have it in the seams, or whatever you want to do. There's so many options here. We also thought, okay, maybe you don't want to go too much yellow. Maybe you want to lean into the blue a little bit. So we're including a blue satin ribbon, a yellow thread, and these adorable blue beads. So there's a lot of options here. There's also some hand sewing needles. I believe we made a point to give you beading needles, but I'm not positive. So that's this box. Moving on to the next one. So this next box is a little bit bigger, and this one actually has pieces of velvet burnout curtains. There is some fading on these, but we've actually already seen a really gorgeous dress made out of them. And the good thing to keep in mind is that if you come across something like this that's a little bit faded, you can always over dye it. So that adds a lot more options. You just want to keep in mind what it's made out of and what type of dye you need to use for that fiber content. But you could dye over this, you could cut around the portions, or considering that it is velvet, the fading isn't actually super obvious. We just obviously want to let you know that it is a little bit faded. So there's lots of pieces of that. So as I mentioned before, we don't always have the right color thread, but in this box we've included two that have similar undertones to the fabric, and they're definitely not perfect, but they're the closest thing we have, and we did include two options because of that. Or you could obviously use these for something else and buy a thread that matches this fabric if you'd like to. We also included a set of hand sewing needles with this box and some buttons. We have two options. So there's these really cute ones that I think we've had these in other colors, and we referred to them as tile work because they have some really cool designs in them. And then there's also just some really simple ones as well, and these match the fabric really nicely. I almost forgot, this box also has a tube of very old, very vintage, cute little gold buttons, the little cork stopper. I mean, the packaging on this alone is adorable. But that's this box, and then I'm going to show you one more. This last box comes with a dress that's been partially taken apart. It is made out of hand-woven fabric, which is gorgeous. It has really cute, I think, coconut shell buttons on the back that are like carved a little bit. They're really fun. And I think what was wrong with this was that one of the seams was ripped. Yeah, you can see here one of the seams has a hole in it. And so the previous owner had already started taking the dress apart. It's in two pieces, the skirt and the top, but there's a lot of fabric here to work with. And we included a couple of trims that we think could coordinate well with the fabric, as well as some black thread and hand sewing needles. And I think that's all in this box. Yeah, that's all for this one. I will say these are not live yet. We haven't listed them at the time of filming this video, so we may throw a couple more things in these boxes. You never know before we list them. But really the goal is just to, like I said, get you guys thinking outside of the box a little bit, have some fun challenges, build some community, and get these things into places where they will be used and loved and turned into something new and wonderful. So that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing our new product release. I'm so excited to see what happens with these challenge boxes and what they get turned into, and we will see you very soon. Bye!